The bus birth, the true story that shocked Rockfield, Ohio. There are stories that shouldn't be real. Stories that begin in silence and end in despair. Stories that expose the cruelest side of human indifference, but also reveal something much deeper. Today, I'm going to tell you one of those stories. A story that happened in Rockfield, Ohio, a small, quiet town forgotten by time. The kind of place where everyone knows everyone, where nothing extraordinary ever happens. Until that night. The night when Emily, a mother of 4 girls, pregnant with twins, was ignored, was rejected, was sent away twice, and ended up giving birth inside a bus. But this story isn't just about childbirth. It's not just about physical pain. It's about medical negligence, about financial desperation, about the abyss between those who have and those who have nothing, and about 2 babies who were born against all odds. Prepare yourself, because what you're about to hear will shake you. My name remains in the shadows, and this is Emily's story. Rockfield, Ohio. Population just over 3,000 inhabitants. A town where the streets are empty at night, where the most common sound is the wind beating against the old wooden house windows, where almost nothing changes for decades. Emily lived in one of those houses, small, cramped, with thin walls that let the cold in. She was 32 years old, mother of 4 girls, and now pregnant with twins. 6 children, 6 mouths to feed, 6 lives depending on her and Michael, her husband. Michael worked nights, long, exhausting shifts at a warehouse on the outskirts of town. He earned minimum wage, barely enough to pay rent. They didn't have a car. They depended on buses, on favors, on promises that were rarely kept. And Emily was tired, not just physically, but of life, of that suffocating feeling that no matter how hard she fought, it would never be enough. But then the pain started. It was 3 in the morning when Emily woke up. She felt something different, a sharp pain, deep, as if something inside her was breaking in half. She gripped the sheet, tried to breathe, but the pain only got worse. "Michael," she whispered, her voice trembling. "Michael, wake up." He opened his eyes, still drowsy, but when he saw his wife's face, pale, sweaty, contorted in pain, he knew. We need to get to the hospital now. They didn't have a car, so Michael called a neighbor, begged, and after 20 agonizing minutes of waiting, they got a ride. Emily held her belly, breathed deeply. Every bump in the road was a new wave of pain. "Hold on, love." Michael squeezed her hand tight. "We're almost there." But what they didn't know was that the worst was yet to come. St. Mary's Hospital, an old building with dim lights in the corridors, the kind of place that always seems empty, even when it's not. Emily stumbled in, leaning on Michael. She could barely stand. "Please," she said to the receptionist, her voice breaking. "I'm in so much pain. I think my babies are coming." The receptionist looked at her and wrote something on the clipboard. "Wait here." 30 minutes passed. Emily was doubled over in the chair, moaning softly. Michael paced back and forth, desperate. Finally, a doctor appeared. Dr. Collins, gray hair, tired look. The kind of doctor who's seen so many cases that he stopped seeing people. He did a quick exam, superficial, without looking into her eyes. "It's not time yet," he said, dry. "You're not in active labor. Go home, rest, come back when the contractions get more regular." Emily looked at him incredulously. "But doctor, I feel like—" "Go home," he cut her off. "It's not time yet." And just like that, they were sent away. Emily cried on the way back, not from pain, but from despair. She knew, deep down, she knew something was wrong. But no one believed her. The following days were a nightmare. Emily could barely get out of bed. The pain came in waves, violent, relentless. The girls looked at their mother, frightened. They didn't understand what was happening, but they felt the fear in the air. "Is Mommy okay?" the oldest asked with a small voice. Emily smiled, even with tears in her eyes. "Yes, honey, Mommy's okay." But she wasn't. On the third night, Emily couldn't take it anymore. "Michael, I can't anymore. The pain is unbearable. We need to go back to the hospital." He looked at her and saw it, saw the desperation, the fear, the exhaustion. "Let's go," he said, firm. They took the bus, the same bus they always took, the only one that passed through that area late at night. Emily was hunched over, holding her belly. The contractions were stronger, closer together. When they arrived at the hospital, Dr. Collins was there again. And once more, he said the same thing. "It's not time. Go home." Michael exploded. "What do you mean it's not time? Look at her. She's dying in pain." "I know what I'm doing," Dr. Collins responded, cold. "She's not in active labor. Go home." And for the second time, they were rejected. They went back to the bus stop. Emily could barely walk. Michael held her by the arms. "Hold on, love. We're going home. I'll take care of you." But then something happened. Emily stopped, looked down, and felt it. Her water had broken. "Michael," she whispered, her voice weak. "Michael, he's coming. Now." The bus arrived. They got on. The driver looked in the rearview mirror and saw her condition. "Ma'am, are you okay?" Emily didn't answer. She just held on to the seat, breathing hard. The bus was packed. People coming back from work, students, elderly people. And then Emily screamed, "He's coming! He's coming!" The driver braked abruptly. "Everyone out, now!" Passengers ran outside. Some women stayed. They knew they had to help. One of them took off her coat. Another improvised towels. A third held Emily's hand. "Breathe, honey, breathe. You can do this." Michael was beside her, holding her hand, crying, "I'm here, love. I'm here." And then he was born. There, in the cramped aisle of an old bus, at the Rockfield terminal, Ethan came into the world. Small, fragile, but alive. The women wrapped the baby in towels. Michael held his son in his arms, trembling. "He's alive," he whispered, crying. "He's alive." Emily was exhausted, pale, but when she saw her son, she smiled. The paramedics arrived minutes later. They rushed Emily and the baby to the hospital. But the story wasn't over yet, because inside her, there was still another baby. At St. Mary's Hospital, Emily was taken straight to the delivery room. This time, no one sent her away. She was weak, exhausted, but she had to continue. "Come on, Emily," the nurse said, firm but gently. "Just one more. You can do it." And with one last effort, Liam was born. 2 babies, 2 miracles. Michael looked at his sons and broke down. "We did it," he whispered. "We did it." But now came the next challenge: how to support 6 children with almost nothing. The news of the bus birth spread through Rockfield like wildfire. Mothers who were at the hospital started appearing in Emily's room. They brought diapers, baby clothes, blankets, baby formula, money. "You're not alone," one of them said, placing a bag beside the bed. "We're here." Emily cried, not from sadness, but from gratitude. Little by little, the family began to rebuild. It wasn't easy, it never would be, but they had something money couldn't buy: hope. Emily and Michael's story is not just a story of survival. It's a story about being invisible, about crying out for help and not being heard. It's about 2 babies who were born despite everything, despite negligence, despite poverty, despite despair. And it's about something that still exists in this world, even when it seems like all is lost: empathy. Today, Ethan and Liam are healthy. Emily and Michael still fight every day, but they're together. And that is their victory. Stories like this happen every day, in small towns, in crowded hospitals, in empty buses. And maybe the next story will be yours, or someone you know. If this story touched you, don't keep it to yourself. Share it, comment, and remember, sometimes a little empathy can save a life.